topics for message, but today I want to speak to certain group of people, probably, you be honest with yourself and say it's you, because pretty much everybody in here has been this person, been in this situation of what God wants to talk about today. Just speaking to the people that maybe things don't happen as quickly as they would like, or people that, in a sense, consistently serve Him 3 days and expect change, and then get upset when change don't happen. People that consistently serve Him for a year, and then they like, remember I asked you this when I first got saved and you haven't given it to me yet. Those type of people are who I'm talking to, or who God wants to speak to their heart today. Because in today's time, we want things so quickly. We want our blessings so quickly. But a lot of times we tend to not understand that He's blessing you when He doesn't bless you with that certain thing. What? Yeah. Sometimes He actually does that. It's actually a blessing when He doesn't bless you with that. It's actually, because sometimes we ask for stuff and then it be a curse, because, we tend to want and tend to use scriptures to our advantage to God. And in a sense, God has to do that thing that He really don't want to do because you can't handle it, because you asked of Him and you gave Him scripture to say, now God, you said this, and then so since you said this, I'm looking for that. And then He said, I'm not a man that should lie. So He give you that, knowing that that thing is going to hurt you more than it's going to help you. So I want to talk to the ones, I want to talk to the people that's like me, that when things don't work out as soon as I want them to work out, I feel like sometimes, hey, now God, I preach your word every Sunday. You mean tell me that I still got to deal with this? Or I can't pray for this right then and you make it happen tomorrow or later on today? I preach your word every Wednesday, every Sunday. I walk the way I'm supposed to. Even if I do something wrong, I say I'm sorry. I need that to happen today. Maybe I'm just talking to me. But I know some other folks who really want stuff to happen when they want it to happen. And when our time is not His time, our ways are not His ways, we can't fathom why He hasn't given us something that's going to hurt us. He wouldn't do that. Unless you continue to ask, and then you give Him a word, and then His word can't lie, and then He has to give you that one thing that's actually going to hurt you. I want to talk to those individuals because I want us to stop thinking that when something hasn't happened yet, that it won't happen. I want to teach us long suffering. A lot of us don't like long suffering. A lot of us don't like to take time to see some things work out. A lot of us don't like to run a long race. We're only 40-yard dash sprinters. What if your race of this actual situation is a mile? And if you're only a 40-yard runner, you will not win that battle. But see, the problem is we have to have more wind, W-I-N-D, than what we have spiritually. We have to have more wind. We should be able to go through stuff more and more as we grow. As a saint of God, we should be able to take more. We should be able to long suffer more. We should be able to have more patience. But we don't, because we feel entitled. It's a difference between having confidence and being entitled. Because a snobbish saint, who we begin to come because we know how to do a little bit. We know how to praise a little bit. We know how to preach a little bit. We know how to teach a little bit. We know how to sing a little bit. So we become entitled as children of God instead of just having confidence in who we serve. Yeah. We begin to say, you know what? I know I preach this Sunday. Monday when it comes, I need me. Whatever it is. We have to say, I'm going to continually do what God called me to do, even if that one thing that I asked God for haven't came yet. Go to James chapter 1. I want to set some more. We're going to go to Luke chapter 1 later on. But so make sure you go to Luke chapter 1. But go to James chapter 1 first, because I want to set this up. Because I want us to understand that just because your gift, whatever it is, whatever gift you're looking for from God, just because it hasn't came yet doesn't mean it's not on the way. It doesn't mean that you won't get it. He said, I hold no good thing from you. So that good thing, whatever it is you're looking for, whatever good thing you're looking for today, I'm here to tell you it's coming in due season, due time. But we need you to continue to serve God like you was. We need you to be consistent just as you are. Don't worry about it because it hasn't came yet. Because once you start looking so much for that one thing that you're asking for, you take your eyes off God. This is what we do as a people all the time. We ask God for stuff. And as we ask God for stuff, we keep praising Him. But we only praising Him so that He'll work for us. And then when He's not working for us, the fast as we think we are, then we begin to turn our focus on getting what we asked for, and then we get out the wheel. A lot of us is getting out the wheel because we haven't gotten that thing that we asked for yet. A lot of us make bad decisions based upon that one thing that we want. If you don't do God's will, you're out the wheel. I'm not saying that you're doing anything bad per se, but I'm telling you, if you're not doing it His way, you're doing something bad. I want to get that cut and dry. I want to take the gray area and cut it out of the lifestyle and say, either you're going to do it His way or you're doing it the wrong way. Because a lot of us are gray in the area in this walk, and we're pushing our way and His way together and trying to put it in the gray area and say, God, I need you to do that. You can't, because, your situation becomes your master. You don't even know it. That thing that you're looking for becomes your master. Because you're serving it by trying to put all of your ducks on that. When all you got to do is keep serving God, and I guarantee if it's meant for you, it's going to cross your path eventually. He'll move the situation over to you if it's for you. You don't have to slide over to that situation. You don't have to put no time into it, because on your walk, if you have to do something to get that to come over, He gonna teach you what to do to get that situation to come in your path. A lot of us is trying to cross over into another path when He said, I am the way.
Yes.
He said, I am the way. So while we getting out the way trying to get something, we're getting out the way to get something that He can give you if it's yours. He said, I hold no good thing from you. But this is what He said in James. James 1, verse 17 say, every good gift and perfect gift is from above. If it's not, if you having to move too much, if you having to make too many things happen, if you having to make too much shake, it ain't perfect. I'm telling you that right now. I'm at a time where I don't have to make nothing happen no more. It's already happening.
Yes.
Even if I don't see it, it's already.
Yes.
I don't really think y'all understand that. I don't even have to touch stuff no more.
Come on.
I can actually block out my wants and just focus on my needs. The only thing I need more than anything is God. So He said, if I seek Him first and all of His righteousness, a lot of us don't got half of the righteousness, but we want the other things to be added.
Yeah.
He said, all His righteousness. So while I'm trying to accumulate all His righteousness, He begins to drop down the other things. So when do you supposed to go get the other things? Let me know. Let me know when you have to struggle to put Jesus down to go get the other things. We're actually getting out of the wheel every time we focus more on that one thing that we want. Because we're putting him down. We're supposed to pray, but we went to do overtime. It get real deep. We supposed, because he said, I supply all your needs according to his. A lot of times, his and ours ain't the same. So we going to work 1,000 hours to get what we want, and this ain't even in the plan. And then once we get enough to get the thing that's not in his plan, and then it don't work, now we're still at point A, which is talking to God about it. God allows you to mess up enough that you will get back on track to say, I tripped. If I had stayed talking to him about the situation in the first place, I wouldn't have had to work them about. No more would I work 1,000 hours just to get an extra change. I can let God fix my life on accounting amount.
Yes.
Ain't no way. I'm doing it. I can't even get overtime. I do this. I'm not telling nobody, and I'm just confident in this. I'm not arrogant at all. But I want y'all to understand that it's a lot of stuff I don't do and have to do. I don't have to work myself to death no more. Because I allow God to say, if you just do my will, I take care of the rest. And I guaranteed you, I was doing Christmas shopping 2 weeks ago. Having a gift, I didn't even have to buy. Thanks to my wife. Y'all don't even understand. It was a bind 1 year. Now there's no more bind. We abounding because we was able to learn how to abase.
Yes.
We have to learn to say, as I abase and not even get half of the stuff I want, my eyes still on Jesus. And then he began to drop blessings on you. I ain't got to snatch them when he drops.
Come on now.
Every good gift and perfect gift is from above. And coming down from the Father light. You ain't snatching nothing. He said it's coming down. He dropping them on you. A lot of us working too hard naturally and not enough spiritually. If we went after God the way we went after certain stuff, a lot of other stuff would already been added. Every time you work harder than you want you to work for another situation, do you know that's you pushing it to give back? So as you running from it, you kicking it. Because you're running so hard, your hands behind your back because he got your hands tied. So every time you run toward it, you can't bend down to pick it up. So then what you doing? And you just, your guilt that's yours is kicking farther and farther back because he hasn't untied your hands to pick it up because it ain't for you yet. So every time you go to do something and it ain't your time, you just kick your guilt farther and farther back. So stop getting upset when you ain't got it yet. It wasn't for you to get yet. Coming down from the Father of lights, with whom is no variableness. Hold on. Highlight that word, variableness. I need y'all to highlight that because let me explain to you what that means. He says, coming down from the Father, and that's no variableness. So your gifts come from the Father above. Variableness means he's no variableness. It means he's not. That means not consistent. So he has none of this in him. Watch this. This word means not consistent or having a fixed pattern, liable to change. The scripture tells me that my God is the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. That's why that word no is in front of variableness. Because this is not a part of him. Then we say that we are a part of God, but we have variableness inside of us. This is why you can't receive gifts from God who is no variableness, because you are variableness. You are not consistent, looking for a consistent gift from a consistent person. He said, how can two walk together unless they be in agreement?
Yes.
You wonder why you're not walking with him, because you're not in agreement with him, because he's the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. And you have to be in the likeness of him, not him in the likeness of you. Say, neither shadow of turning. Verse 18 say, of his own will begat he us with the word of truth, that we should be a kind of first fruits of his creation. So as we get more of his word, we become more consistent, and we can get some of this stuff that we're looking for and we're wanting. But you're wondering why you're lacking the promises, because you're not in tune with them. If the promise to you is yes and amen, you got to be in tune with the person who told you that. A lot of us, we look for the blessings, but we're not serving the blessing. Verse 19 says, wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath. So be quick to hear what he said, because when he talk to you, he's just trying to get you to your next gift. But you talking so much about your gift, or you're getting mad so much about you not having the gift, that he can't speak to you. He said, those that have an ear to hear, let them hear what the Spirit is saying to the church. Who's the church? We are. So therefore, every time that you get mad about your situation, or talking to him again about it because in an angry manner, y'all know y'all going to go angry sometimes. Now, Lord, you told me. Why are you screaming at God? Because you in your feelings right now, because you want what you want. He said, but be swift to hear. Always have a listening ear. Slow to speak, slow to wrath. Because this is what happens to people who talk too much. What happens is you begin to go over and over about what upsets you. And you're wondering why that you keep playing it in your mind. You keep saying it out of your mouth. Whatever in here comes out. So it lets you replace what he's telling you in your ear with what you want to say. This is where wrath comes. So every time something doesn't work out for you, because we are entitled saints right now. We have gotten entitled. We're so used to God working, we have to understand that when you first get saved or you first seek him, he starts just giving you blessings that you have. Now, some of us been out of the first been saved stage for a minute. So why are we still thinking that we don't have to work for it? He did that for the ones who first came in to show him how good he is. You already know how good he is. Why are you fretting? Y'all understand? Like this, I just really want to make this plain, because we get so caught up in being entitled that we forget about working. And then we look at new saints and say, you gave it up. Do you remember when you first got saved? You got everything. Folks didn't even like you gave you stuff. Folks that just talked about you gave you stuff when you first got saved. Now it's time for you to put a little work in. Now you feel so entitled. For the wrath of man worketh not the righteous of God. Every time you get upset and you go to the wrath stage, he say, be angry but sin not. Every day ain't gonna be peaches and cream for you. You are gonna get upset about some situation. But the wrath part, even when you talk bad about somebody, that's wrath. People don't understand. When you get so caught up in, you so upset that you start backbiting and talking about folks, it's wrath. Folks starting to think wrath just means throwing hands. No, that ain't mean throwing hands. You ain't got to throw a hand to be in wrath. Your tongue is the worst part of your, you ain't gotta slap nobody for them to feel this big. When you begin to talk about them, when you lash out at them, that's right. Verse 21 says, wherefore lay apart all filthiness and superfluity of naughtiness, and receive with meekness the engrafted word. So hold on. Let me tell you how this going. You have to, and God keep on giving us this. Every Sunday he give us this some type of way. You got to take off something and put on something. Don't just take it off and don't put nothing out. Take off the nastiness of your flesh and put on the godliness of our Heavenly Father. You got to put something else there. You got to put something else there. Stop being cleaned up and not putting nothing out. He said, and receive with meekness the engrafted word, which is able to save your souls. So the most important part is what it is. It's word. See, everybody wants you to do everything else. If you keep eating this, something that somebody says is going to touch you because you already been eating this. God knows how to save you. Listen, I'm telling you something. God know how to say. God know how to put you in a position that you just went through something, and then somebody said something you read, and it marinates and it kicks you. Understand what happens in life. This is why people, when they hear certain things, they shout. I'm going to tell you why. Because they just got finished going through something, and they just read something, or they've read it before, and then while they're going through, somebody gives them that scripture, and they can't stop moving because it marinated and hit their spirit at a time they needed the most.
Yes.
Fresh manna from heaven.
Yes.
But if we're so caught up in what we don't have, being entitled, we can't even get the word that we need. Let's go to Luke now. Luke 1, we'll start at verse 5. So I like to talk about people in the Bible that give me examples of people that waited on something. Because while y'all turning, Luke chapter 1, verse 5, while y'all turning, let me give you a background on it. In the Bible days, if you read scripture, you really study scripture, if you ain't have no baby back in the day and you got a husband, boy, you frown upon. Something is wrong with you if you don't. They looked at you differently if you was married and were barren. They looked at you different. That's in Genesis, and that's in the New Testament as well. Understand that people looked at you differently because you didn't give birth yet as a woman and had a husband. So when you're able to consistently serve God and do what he asks you to do, and all these people around you are talking about you just because you don't have what they have yet. I'm finna get real deep. I'm finna show y'all that God will give you your blessing, but it's how he give you your blessing and when he give you your blessing and what kind of blessing he gives you that'll top off what other folks have. Listen to me, folks running around here in the Bible with umpteen amount of children, but they didn't have Jonathan. Oh, y'all missed it. Y'all missed it. That ain't marinating y'all too good. Because y'all look at having a lot of children. But all those children that you have was not the forerunner for Jesus. So if I have one blessing,
yes,
one blessing can trump all those many small blessings that you had because I waited on the ultimate blessing. People are around you able to see and you seen them being blessed, or you seen them getting things because the devil blesses too, and you're able to see them getting stuff that you want, and you feel like, God, now I do all I can for you. I serve you with everything I got, and I'm still looking for the thing that's going to make me happy. First of all, the problem is you already be happy. That's first and foremost. But we say stuff out our mouth. What's in you gonna come out, and then you like, ooh, I ain't mean it like this. You did. You said that makes you happy. So you didn't tell me you saved and sanctified and filled, but that makes you happy? You're not already happy? I'm talking about that. I'm talking to the entitled few folks today. I'm talking to these entitled folks that got Jesus inside of them, but you got a frown on your face. Got Jesus, but because you don't got that one thing, but you got Jesus, oh, you're just entitled. All you are entitled. Jesus needs to step back from you for a minute so you'll understand I had the most perfect gift I could ever have, but I was looking at the wrong thing. Nobody ain't gonna say amen. I do understand that. I know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Jesus said, folks so entitled in the church today. But he said, I want you to get out of the entitlement and start serving me the way that you should, so I can in due season give you the ultimate blessing of what you're looking for. Go to verse 5. He said, there was in the days of Herod, the king of Judea, a certain priest named Zacharias, of the course of Abel, and his wife was of the daughters of Aaron, and her name was Elizabeth. Highlight this scripture right here, verse 6. I like this because I want somebody to understand some stuff, because you looking for stuff, but you ain't verse 6 yet. Golly, Chris, you're a little rough today. I didn't give myself this.
Come on, Pastor.
But this is our problem. We're looking to get the blessings, but we don't have the righteousness that we need to get the blessings yet. You got what he said. And look, another thing. One of y'all can't be righteous, and the other one can't. Both of them. It takes two. If you married, it takes two to do this. I can't be in the street and mill. It's some kind of pull that's going to happen. You're going to, because she can pray me, and sometimes I'm going to do good, but I don't have the comfort. So I'm going to do good just for a little while. But eventually, I'm going to do what my master tells me to do, which is sin. I'm only going to be able to do right for a little while. Watch what verse 6 says. And they were both righteous before God, walking in all. Circle all. Please circle all. The commandments and ordinances of the Lord, and they were what? Blameless. I'm saying, y'all need to, can y'all like highlight this in 6 different colors? Like, this is the most important part of why they're going to get John. Like, they want to, Mary got, listen to me, Mary had Jesus because guess what? Nobody had touched her. See, I want y'all to understand, it takes you to really be in some kind of space to get those ultimate blessings. This is what I want y'all to understand it. It takes you to be in an element that you ain't never been in before to get a miraculous blessing. You're looking for all these different great blessings, but you ain't gave him no great praise. You ain't worshiped him the way he should be worshiped, but you want what he can give you, which is miraculous blessings. You get what they say? And they had no child. So you're able to serve the way that you serve. You're able to listen to God the way that you listen to God. You can be blameless, and you don't have the thing that folks talk about you about. You mean to tell me that you can still serve God and folk can talk about you? You still, you ain't always got everything right, but now that you do, folks talking about you and you still able to not snap back, then when you start giving up. When other folks' opinions don't matter no more.
Yes.
That's when you're living.
Yes.
When you can wear what you want to wear.
Yes.
And don't have to look like other folks look.
Yes.
And still be
Come on.
just as confident as you want to be. Because of who you serve. Then you living. See,
Yes.
a lot of folks ain't living yet.
Come on.
Y'all know the folk who came from, y'all know the folk who them rich kids. Then when it's time for them to step out and do stuff on their own, now they got the crazy look on their face. They ain't never worked before. They not, I gotta do what? It's time for you to get out of there. Soon as, well, it's time. It comes from not being able to handle a basin and a Bible. Now, this is the most abasing you can do in the Bible days, not having any children. Again, that was a real big thing back in the day. You were frowned upon if you were married, with no children, you were barren. It's some you did. Let me tell you something. It got to a fact that God has shut up your womb. What have y'all been? What sin have y'all committed? No, her womb was being saved for John the Baptist. He said, I wanted to catch Mary before Joseph touched her, so I can.
Yes.
Before Joseph touched her, I wanted to put something there because I didn't want her to be tainted.
Yes, Lord.
That's what's I want John the Baptist to come out that womb. So I didn't need another person because I don't want nobody else thinking that they supposed to do what John the Baptist doing. So I ain't gonna put nothing else until I put the ultimate gift there.
Yes.
Y'all look for these little gifts.
Come on.
Y'all just want, see y'all entitled. Y'all got the nerve, I can't even hold it no more. Y'all got the nerve to be entitled, but then want the rooted poop gifts. Y'all want the gift that don't matter at all, but you have the nerve to be entitled.
Yes, Lord.
Walk around here with some anybody can have. But you said you serve God. I want it when I get so I want the good and perfect gifts. So pass me by with the rooted poop. If I don't need that. Them right there I don't need. If God just want to give me all the ultimate gifts, I will just sit there and wait because it will be few and far between now because God want to see if you really. God really like to see if you really, because a lot of us letting the small gifts get in the way of the big gifts because you just settle for less. But you're entitled. You don't even know what entitlement is because you sitting there settling. Oh man, y'all. Oh man, y'all. You done settled all these different. But you're entitled. Somebody need to find out what entitled means.
Yes.
Because it's okay to be entitled when you humble enough to get your entitlement.
Yes, Lord.
You're walking around just grabbing anything. I'm entitled. That's mine. I don't really think you want that. It's mine. Then when you get it, I want a refund. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're entitled to get some things, but you don't even know what's your worth right now. So they sat there and they waited. Folks talked about them. They still did what thus said the Lord. They still was righteous. He still did his job as a priest. And watch what happened. Every good and perfect gift. Verse 7 says, and they had no child because that Elizabeth was barren. He was cooking up something else for her. And they both were now well stricken in years. So they did this for a long period of time. Again, these new saints did it. Like we new saints. I'm saying we, because I get like that too. We new saints. Like, Lord, I done served you 3 years now. What you gonna do? Now I've been, you want to tell me everything that he seen. You were there when you did. He omnipresent. He saw you when you, whatever your gift is, he saw you do it. He gave it to you. Stop trying to throw back for the wrong reason. Now, if you praying for somebody, what? Oh, let me show you, because folks, you ain't finna tell me I got something wrong. Why did? Now, if you're laboring for somebody else, and you tell God, now I serve you, all I know how to do, heal such and such, then come talk to him about what you do. But when you just want this natural thing, and and your car outside work just fine, but you want that car right now, and you, my God, I serve you with every fiber of my being. Can you pay the car note? Well, Lord, I need you to pay that too. Can you ask him for the job? Like, it's steps in it, but you're entitled, so you don't understand the processes. But you'll take anything, because what if he has something better for you? You don't understand. Now they were well stricken in age, and it came to pass that while he executed the priest's office before God in the order of his court. So while he was working, right, let me break it down. While he was actually doing what God was calling him to do. He wasn't pouting over there because he had no children. Him and his wife want to argue about her not having no children, because you know how we get. Now, we don't like to be the laughing stuff. Like, there's another stuff. There's another thing that we as men sometimes trip about. We don't like looking like we don't have what everybody else has. Now, everybody around us having children, what's wrong with you? No, man, what's wrong with you? Take two for that. So, are you marching? Oh, y'all don't want to talk like, but hey, don't. I understand Jesus got put better, but is it you? We always blame stuff. If you would have, because you understand that when stuff don't go right, we start blaming each other. We start talking about each other. Your friend got something you ain't got, but she did for that. Maybe God has blessed her. Maybe she's walking in the wheel.
Yes.
But you can't be walking with her. You're too busy looking at her. Same different women. And get what? Men worse. Oh, y'all don't want to talk about that. Men worse. Men just as messy and hating and looking at other folks up, talking about other men. Why wouldn't you start doing that? The new school. The new school stuff. Verse 9 says, according to the custom of the priest's office, his lot was to burn incense when he went into the temple of the Lord. And the whole multitude of the people were praying without at the time of incense. And there appeared unto him an angel of the Lord standing on the right side of the altar of incense. And when Zechariah saw him, he was troubled, and fear fell upon him. Now I want to deal with this for a little minute, because I'm going to tell you about y'all. Y'all be so entitled. Thinking what y'all talking about. God, I need you to visit me. I need you to talk to me. And y'all get scared when you come. Y'all know what? You know what? God gave me a perfect example of that. Now we just saw. Now I'm gonna tell y'all exactly why I stopped going to the prayer line when I was saved. I'll tell y'all just why I stopped going. First time I went to the prayer line, I was half asleep. Mom said, "Get up for prayer." I said, "You know what? I want to feel this Jesus, what they talk about. I'm bigger than that. Feel this Jesus, what they talking about." They prayed for me, and I remember getting off the floor. So now, prayer time, I got to go. This is why I went to the back. See, y'all? What happens is, these days of time, people get scared of anointing once they feel that first feeling. So he visited Zacharias. What happened when he visited Mary for a time? He said she was afraid. Every time a lot of first encounters of this, people get afraid. And God, the angel of God had to tell them, be not afraid. It's because you asking for stuff. And then when he finally come, you can't handle what you was asking for. So make sure when you start asking, make sure you tell them, get my mind right for when you come. Because a lot of us ain't ready for the same thing with blessings. You finally getting the ultimate blessing that he said, I'll pour you out blessing you don't have room enough to receive. And then once you start getting it, you looking for something bad. You finally get what you want. Now you asking God what screen to tap in. You asking God, God, now, what am I going to have to do for this? Same thing you've been doing if you have been consistent. If you're doing what you're supposed to do, you ain't got to do nothing extra for this. This ain't, we ain't the kind of God that serve God that, now if I give you this, you got to do a little. You ought to feel like you want to do more. It's free will. It's free will for this. See, folks don't teach this type of stuff because we get so nervous about feeling a touch. You know why? Because I felt nervous before. I ain't trying to keep falling on the floor. Now, if he put me on the floor, I'm cool. This is what you start getting into once you say, not my will, but your will. And the whole multitude of the people, verse 10, were praying without at the time of incense, and the Lord appeared unto him, an angel of the Lord standing on the right side of the altar of incense. And when Zacharias saw him, he was troubled, and fear fell upon him. But the angel said unto him, fear not, Zacharias, for thy prayer is heard. Well, I say pray without what? Ceasing. So he been praying for a long time, but he ain't never get out the will. He ain't never stopped doing his duties. He ain't never get bigoted. He ain't never had no wrath. None of that happened. He just said, God, now remember me when it's time. Now don't be talking about you too old for something. When he finally give you a job to do. Now you've been waiting on him to give you a job all this time. And then you the first one saying, no, he gonna give me that job when I'm his old. He could be having you to have a baby. No, y'all don't want that. Camille, don't you do that. But the angel said unto him, fear not, Zacharias, for thy prayer is heard, and thy wife Elizabeth shall bear thee a son, and thou shalt call his name John. I ain't gonna give. And you've been so good, you've been so consistent. I ain't gonna give you no any old son. And thou shalt have joy and gladness, and many shall rejoice at his birth. For he shall be great in the sight of the Lord, and shall drink neither wine nor strong drink. And he shall be filled with the Holy Ghost even from his mother's womb. So you around here trying to get any old child. You want any old gift. God said, when I do a thing, every good and perfect gift come from above. And many of the children of Israel shall he turn to the Lord their God. And he shall go before him in the spirit and power of Elias, to turn the hearts of the fathers to the children, and the disobedient to the wisdom of the just, to make ready a people prepared for the Lord. All this comes about somebody who just had one child. Their first child. We've been looking for the small gifts for so long that God is kind of God, and He'll give you when He give you your first gift, it'll be the best gift anybody that's seen before. He was the forerunner for Jesus Christ. Elizabeth had the guy who baptized the Savior. And everybody else been talking about, they ain't got no children yet. What's their problem? And then they have children.
Yeah.
I'm about to close because I'm about to tell you, this how folks gonna start looking at y'all. This is why I said all this. God said, folks gonna start looking at y'all when y'all start getting the junk gifts. When y'all start getting gifts when it look like much as y'all pray, or much as y'all fast, or much as y'all come to church, it looks like it's all in vain. And then when God gives you that good and perfect gift, folks gonna start saying, they're gonna be on your coattail. They're gonna start gravitating towards you because, yeah, you waited for yours. But look what happens when you waited. The trying of your faith worketh patience.
Yes.
Are y'all willing to be patient? Mary visited. Not after this. If you read on down, somebody visited Mary too. She was afraid. He said, Elizabeth went to talk to Mary, or Mary went to talk to Elizabeth. Mary went to talk to Elizabeth, told her situation. Your first child was able to leap in the belly. And not only did Elizabeth get saved, through the leaping, then later on, because when he do a thing, he complete it.
Come on.
Understand that Zacharias. See, he just saying, you've been waiting on a child, your child saving your whole house.
Yes.
You waiting on some. See, folks been talked about you. Folks been talking about. They keep talking about how good God is. I don't see it. I get mine the way I want to get it. And then the good and perfect gift came, which was John, and Zacharias was obedient enough to name him the correct name. And able to be obedient. The Bible says obedience is better than what? Sacrifice. So what had happened is, Zacharias' mouth closed for a minute. So, because of unbelief and also, all things work together for the good. So I want y'all to understand this. You don't have time to try to go back and forth about why he doing what he doing. He trying to teach somebody to stay silent. You ain't got to tell everybody how you feel about a situation. You ain't got to tell everybody what you're about to do. For what? It ain't your business. Well, John, ain't nobody in y'all family named John. Why not Zacharias? That's his daddy's name. He gonna do something above what his daddy doing. So you gotta go with what God telling you to do. A lot of us can't get blessed because we always going with what she said. Or what he said. So you can't never do what he say because you always doing what she say. So after he write down on a tablet, John, every stronghold, let me tell you what obedience, I'm about to close, but let me tell you what obedience do for you. Every stronghold that the devil got on you, you mean tell me every stronghold that's on my family, that's on anybody that I'm around, you mean tell me all I gotta do is be obedient and he will break strongholds? He got the tablet, he still can't talk, and said, John, the strongholds were broken and he received the Holy Ghost. So at this point in life, can you stop talking? Can you get to a point that there's no more words to be said unless God tell me to say them? Because I'm so focused on my task. This is what I'm telling y'all. I'm so focused on my task right now that I don't have time to talk about negative stuff. I don't have time to go back and forth with you about what I'm going to do for my child that God gave you. Because half the time, the main folk that want to talk to you about how good God is for blessing you was the same folks who talked about you when you were bad. The same folk that got so much to say to you and how happy they are for you was the same folk that called each other and said, see, they can't get blessed because such and such. They talk that same talk, but why they ain't being blessed with this? You around here being small with it. That don't even come from God. Because every good and perfect gift come from above. So even my small gifts are better than the big gifts that the devil ever gave me. Anything I got in the world myself don't amount to the small things. Be faithful over a few things. He'll make you rule. You wonder why you're going to rule over many? Because you accepted the small things God did for you, even if it was not doing it for you. He didn't do it for them. She was barren. But look what was birthed. Anybody need prayer?